to another edition of the CEO Tour. Today I have Annie, and she's from Breathe Fitness Studio, and she's another local Canadian. Well, not so local because she's out in the West Coast in beautiful British Columbia. But Annie, I want to tell us all about your story and your journey through fitness, and also how you opened up Breathe Fitness Studio.
Len, hi. My background, actually, I worked for Accenture, which is a big consulting firm. And I was working for them for about 15 years. And in 2005, we moved to the small town Squamish here in BC. And I was commuting from Squamish to Vancouver for work. And in 2008, I wanted to make a lifestyle change and just be a little bit more present in Squamish, in small town Squamish. And then Breathe, the idea of Breathe was created. There was an opportunity for this hot fitness yoga studio. The space was available, and Breathe was kind of born in 2008, of March 2008.
Wow, that's amazing. So tell me about that whole transition. What got you into yoga?
I have asthma, as I was born with asthma, and I've had asthma my whole life. And I had a miscarriage in 2015, and just realized that I hadn't been doing yoga, I hadn't been doing fitness. Just after my miscarriage, it was just a healthy lifestyle choice. I needed to make a change. I found this little community in this hot yoga studio and was going to that studio for about 2 or 3 years. And then they actually closed that studio down. And that's when I was like, well, I don't want to lose the space. It was a great community. So when they closed down, Breathe was conceived, and we just hit the ground running. So I didn't have any experience in owning a yoga studio. I had been working in 15 years in corporate doing marketing communications. So my husband and I started this little project of owning a yoga studio, and it was all trial by error. The thing that got us through really is just what a great community it is, and we've had a lot of support and we had a lot of success. And Jeremy and I just run the business from the back end, and we hire really amazing instructors. And Squamish is really renowned for yoga teachers and for good yoga. So we're in the right place really for that.
Yeah. No, that's such an amazing story that you and your husband, I think when you have that sort of two people who are really, really passionate, and you guys are life partners, and now you're business partners, and it's just an amazing thing to see. And what about yoga actually helped you with that? Was it the breathing and the stress relief? Was it stress-induced asthma that was?
Yes. So my asthma it can be allergies, it can be stress. I feel like it is very related to stress and emotion. And Breathe, we came up with the name because I had asthma, and it was just messages that I received. Just like my son gave me a bracelet for my birthday. It had Breathe on it, and then we opened up Breathe in March. So just the importance of consciously breathing. I've learned that through the last 4 or 5 years that I've had Breathe, we breathe, but we don't consciously breathe. And I'm just learning so much about just how simple, if you're stressed or if you're not feeling well, or just sit down and breathe and just recenter. So it's consciously breathing, moving the body, relaxing and calming the mind, and just focusing on breathing. It's so simple, Len, but it's and then the benefits of the infrared heat, for sure, because you're working your lung capacity with the cardio. That's so awesome. And I know a lot of people don't really understand the importance of breathing technique. One of the things that yoga teaches is that retraining yourself on how to correctly breathe. I've noticed I haven't done yoga for quite a few months now. Then we reopened, but just getting back into it in the last couple of weeks, I've already seen the difference in my body and in my health, and just everything, sleeping, just overall lifestyle is just so much more easier and just better.
That's awesome. And just on the subject of the pandemic, what sort of things did you guys do to help you get through those dark periods?
Well, we were shut down 5 times. I worked doing marketing communications for a consulting firm, Accenture, which is a global organization, because I always approach my business from the user, the client experience. I've got great staff that can do their jobs really well, but I want to make sure that the business end of the business gets run properly as well. I realized that Mind Body just wasn't working for me. They're very archaic in their technology. I just needed to find some software that was better. And the introduction was made to Wellness Living. During this whole pandemic, we've used every opportunity, although it was difficult and challenging and stressful being shut down and having to reopen and then get shut down again. We always use that time to do improvements. We just looked at wanting to change the technology to support the changes that we were doing in the business. I just found that when we introduced Wellness Living, it just supported not only the business, and it's not easy just for the clients, but the instructors as well. It was eliminating, because we've got our own Breathe Fitness app that you guys helped us develop. And so everything's done through the app. What we've done is we've updated our waiver, which all the clients have to sign before they come to class. And we've also updated the form that they fill out, their personal questionnaire form to say, yes, I've been vaccinated before they come in. There's just a lot of the technology that Wellness Living has supported in kind of the business improvement side for us running our studio.
You know, running any kind of studio, there's a lot of administrative work. You know, we want to offload all of that stuff to the software and keep you guys focused in on your customers. I know a lot of businesses are out there might be on a software platform and they may be unhappy with, or they want to move to a new platform. But one of the things in their head is, it's such a difficult move. I have years and years of data. I have all my customers there, all their credit card. And, that's one of the issues that they have and they're struggling with is, I want to change, but I just feel it's too difficult. Talk us through how that transition from that other software provider to Wellness Living. How did that go for you?
So when we made the move, one of the things that I loved about Wellness Living was the technology to support contracts, so that you're signing, the client signs the contract and makes the purchases that they want. We don't have to touch their credit card. We didn't have to even take their personal information. It was all in the client's hand. One of the things I found about Mind Body, which again was very tedious, and I had to rely on the instructors to make sure that the emergency contact information was in there, or, and sometimes we didn't even have emergency contact info. And so all of those little things were just really red flags for me, because again, we're a hot yoga fitness studio, so we have the infrared heat in our studio. We need to make sure that we have emergency contact information in the event of anything, plus COVID. So for us, it was a big job to get the data cleaned up, but again, it was all put back onto the clients to do that, to put their own personal information in. So I found the experience really positive, and the client's experience, yes, most people are not really comfortable with change or something new. But Len, it was positive. I didn't really have any client complaints or feedback. The technology is easy to use from a client's perspective, and they get it. They understand that because of COVID, there's certain things that need to happen. So it actually worked with us in supporting that goal of getting the corrected content and the corrected updates.
That's awesome. Yeah, I really love that, because I know that the team works so hard here in the back. So yeah, I love that you pointed out that feature, because that is really cool, where you could, in the back end, you can set up certain required fields. Yes. And the client, as soon as they log in, if they don't have certain information, they won't be able to book a class or anything until, in your situation, it was entering their emergency contact information. One
of the key advantages of making a switch would be working with a company that is working within the current, pandemic, or, whatever it is, with just continuously improving and continuously working. Because once you've made the change, it's just easy from there to make the updates. It's just, you're always continuously improving. And that was the key thing for me. I didn't want to make a change and then have to make another change in three or 5 years, because the technology is outdated again.
And tell me about, have you guys experimented with any of the virtual stuff at all, with the virtual classes?
We did. Again, my business model is a hot fitness and hot yoga studio in the infrared heat. Again, I saw the numbers like totally drop off as soon as the studio was opened. People weren't interested in doing the online. We did Zoom and we did Instagram, and then as soon as the summer came and the infrared was back, the numbers for online dropped. So we just didn't decide to continue with that when we reopened, and then we just had to navigate the opening and closing and the restrictions that we had operating as well. So that was our kind of limelight of online.
Yeah, understand. And it's again, like it would be super hard to replicate, you know, the infrared heat at someone's home.
We tried. It just is not the same.
Talk us through some of the classes and the unique sort of classes that you guys are offering, and also talk about what are the benefits of infrared heat classes versus the regular temperature sort of classes.
There's so many health benefits. I can't rattle them all off, but I just know when you've done an infrared heated class and you just feel the benefits and your skin feels better. I know people with Lyme disease have come to our studio. Our naturopath has recommended and referred a lot of people just to work out, especially arthritis. There's just something about working out in the infrared that seems to work in the body, and just getting people sweating and detoxing. It's the detox. Our clients love the cardio classes in the infrared heat. They love to get their heart rates up and sweat. I mean, we've had you're wringing out your shirt after a class. We do the various yoga, hatha, vinyasa flows. The clients love the candlelight yin. Again, the candlelight yin is in the infrared heat, and for those stretching and just slowing down, calming the mind and stretching the body. It is something that we love doing. It makes it so easy. And I am very passionate about my studios, and and honestly, the Wellness Living support has been amazing, and I think we've been able to achieve so much more because the technology's been able to help us.
Thank you so much for sharing your story with us, and you know, it's been a pleasure speaking with you, and again, congratulations again on opening up that the second location.
Thank you.
That's so amazing. But thank you guys again for tuning in on this episode of the CEO Tour. Please like and subscribe this video. If you're a business out there, you want me to do a tour, put your name down in there and I'll see what I could do. But thanks again, guys, for tuning in. Till next time.